Thanks for tuning in to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF. This is your host, Mikaela Filar, where we are here to skyrocket your self-worth, heal your shit, and take your power back. Welcome to the chat. Hey guys, welcome back to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF, the podcast. It's your host, Mikaela Filar. So I recently I've been on Instagram chatting more and more about my own personal human design. And every time I post about it, I get people that are like, oh my God, same, or like, how do you learn about this? Like, what is it all about? So I wanted to do a little episode about human design and kind of get into each design, each type, to kind of give you guys an idea of what is like the general idea of each type and how it can help you. The way that human design has played a role in my self-love journey is learning that not everybody is exactly the same. Not everyone is designed the same. Like we are all designed differently. And that's something that we all know, right? We all know that like no one person is the same. But since I've found human design and since I've found out my type, that I'm a lot easier on myself when I have times of feeling not so inspired or motivated to work for 8+ hours a day. Like, okay. And this is why I say this. So I'm a projector and there's 5 human design types. So I'm a projector and projectors are not meant to work for longer than 3 hours without taking either a nap or eating a snack. Okay. Like, and I've always been like this, which is like, I've always been like, after hour 3 or 4, I'm like ready to go home, ready to take a nap, ready to sit down, ready to eat, like any of those things. I'm just ready to rest and recharge. And for a really long time, I would fight that. Like, I would be like, oh God, I'm just being lazy. I need to, I need to work harder. I need to just suck it up. I need to just keep going. I need to just push and hustle and all the things. Okay, well, you guys, if you're a projector, we are not meant to hustle. Okay, we just are not. So that is that. And I want you guys to learn that, like, it's okay to not be on all the time because we are literally not designed like that. So it's really important to respect yourself and respect the way that you are literally designed and to not be so hard on yourself when you do feel like you need a snack or a nap or a rest and recover, whatever that looks like for you, specifically if you are a projector. The way that you find out if the way that I personally found out about my human design was through an app called My Human Design. It's by, I think her name's Jenna Rose. I can link the thing for the app, like the link for the app in my show notes below. So if you're interested in downloading the app, I'm not like sponsored or anything by this. This is generally just like genuinely, sorry, not generally, genuinely just me wanting people to learn more about their human design so that they can get to know themselves a little bit better and ease up. All right. So, or maybe just like get to be like, oh, like that's why I'm like that, or oh, that checks out. That makes sense. It's kind of like astrology, but different. Um, I actually like it a little bit better than astrology. I find it a lot easier to follow because it's like less, it's just less. But not that I don't like astrology. I do like astrology as well, but human design has become like more of a fave for me personally. So I'll link the app that I use below to find out about my human design. It's free. You can pay for it monthly, and you get more out of it because it gets more in depth with your specific human design, which I think is really cool. And if you've never done that or never had a human design reading with a human design reader, then that is something that's like a cheaper way of going about it. So 10 out of 10 recommend that. Also recommend getting your human design chart read specifically for you. That's also something that I've done with my girl Danielle McCleerey. I can link her information below too if you're interested in booking a human design reading with her. She's incredible at it. And we're actually going to have her on the podcast pretty soon here. I'm going to be scheduling that with her pretty soon. So we'll get into that a little bit more on that episode I have with her. But today, I'm just going to go over the 5 types and kind of like the general definition of each type. And yeah, so we'll just get right into it. And I'm getting over a cold, so if you hear me sniffling and I sound all snuffed up, like, I'm so sorry, but this is what's happening right now. So, all right. So we've got 5 different types. We've got manifester, manifesting generator, generator, projector, me, and a reflector. So manifestors are the fire starter. They get new things started. They're naturally innovative and future oriented. So they can start really big movements and they have like ideas and they put that idea into motion and it creates like a huge movement. They thrive in freedom. So anything that is like micromanaged or really controlling is something that they definitely want to stay away from, or they're probably going to end up miserable. Manifestors make up about 8% of the world. Fun fact. All right, so that's our general definition of manifestors. Then we've got manifesting generators. They make up about 34% of the world. They're here to inspire and create. Meaning that, these are like our artists, there are actors, actresses, like they want to create, they're here to inspire. Maybe they have businesses where they're inspiring others. Like they're also very they are very in tune, like when they say like their intuition is in their gut. So when I say like when I ask, if I was to ask a manifesting generator a question, they should immediately be able to know the answer, like yes or no. If it's a yes or no question, they should know the answer like right away. It should be just a quick instinct of like, if it feels right, then it's right. If it feels wrong, then it's wrong. And they just know that they know that intuitively, very, very quick with their yes and no answers. Generators make up 70% of the world. And these are our like life batteries. When they are inspired and they are motivated, they can literally just go and go and go and go. They're like little energizer bunnies, all right? But they are also like a life force. So they attract people. They literally, like, we are just drawn to their energy. We sometimes can take their energy, like they give out energy. If they are inspired and they love what they're doing, they are just a life force. They're beaming with energy and they're wanting to give their energy out. But this is also, it can be to their detriment if you don't know that you are a generator and that you are a life force and you are constantly giving, giving, giving. You want to be careful of that. So you have to become very aware of like, okay, is this actually like a yes? Is this a full body yes? Or is this like a no? Like you have to also be like uh careful with like who you're giving a lot of your energy to and who you're giving your time to. And making sure that people aren't taking advantage of you, because that is also a possibility when you are a generator. So they are the doers, the builders, the problem solvers. And like I said, when they are aligned, their batteries will last forever. Projectors, me. So we have the ability to see dynamics and patterns in others and experience life in a very unique way. We are great leaders and we can see things differently than other people see things. So, a good example of this would be like if, let's say, you buy something from IKEA, like a furniture set from IKEA. And I've heard this example. I think Danielle actually heard this from her, but she said, like, you see, you have 2 people and they're in a room and they've just got this furniture situation from IKEA and they're sitting there reading all the instructions. And the projector is looking at it and is like, oh, I can do this. Like maybe having to look at the instructions here and there, but like ultimately they see an easier way to get it done. And so they just like get it done in that easier way, but they see it. So the thing about us is that we have to be invited. So a lot of times we want to like give our advice out and it's like unsolicited advice. What I've learned is that I really like, I want to be invited to things. So I want to be invited to give advice. I want to be invited to events and all the things. Like, I like being invited is like what we need. We don't necessarily like a lot of times we just like are giving advice or telling people the way that we see things when like they didn't ask for it, and in return they might not be receptive. And so, and like, because they're not receptive and they don't understand the way that we're seeing it, we can get frustrated. And so it's important to like really be careful about like giving unsolicited advice, making sure that when you are giving advice that the person is like wanting it and that you are invited to give that advice. Um, we are really good leaders, really good teachers, and we're really good at reading energy and managing energy as well. We have a very short battery. So this means that, like I said in the beginning of this episode, we work for 3 hours, and after that, we either need a nap or a snack. Like, we do not have like a go, go, go Energizer Bunny battery. We have to be very selective about the way that we are using our energy and making sure that when we are using it, that it's what we are like really passionate about and really aligned in. When we are doing things that are out of alignment, we're going to feel even more drained. We're going to have way less energy. And this honestly goes for just about anybody, like any of the types. Like, if you are out of alignment, obviously you're going to feel more drained, but especially for projectors, if you are out of alignment, you already have a short battery. So if the part of you, like the battery that you do have, if you're using that on things that don't light you up, then you're just going to feel shitty. And that's why it's so important for you to find something that you're super passionate about and that you're aligned with, so that the energy that you do have when you are ready to sit down and get to work, you're like lit up about and you don't feel drained to like sit down and do. All right. So projectors actually make up 20% of the world's population. Um, Next and last, but definitely not least, 1% of the population is are reflectors. So they are the mirrors. They literally mirror our energy, they mirror everyone's energy. Um, they're very heavily influenced by the energy around them. So, what is important to be aware of when you are a reflector is, are these emotions actually mine, or am I taking on these emotions from others? So, so, so important to know this, to know these things, because if you don't, and you're just like, constantly taking on like energy, or you're not like aware of like the fact that you are taking on energy, and maybe you're just like tired all the time because you're like, oh my gosh, like I don't even know how I feel, because you're just around all these different people feeling all these different things, and you're like, I don't even know what emotion's mine, I don't know why I'm feeling like this. Like, that's why a lot of reflectors, like, it's good for you to take a lot of time in solitude, a lot of time to like sit back, relax, and just be by yourself and get in touch with yourself, your feelings. Journaling is going to be your favorite thing to do. Um, but yeah, just really be aware of like your own emotions, getting in tune with those, so that you're not taking on the energy too much of like everyone around you. It might be why when you go to social settings and stuff, when you get home, you might feel really, really drained. It's because there's so much energy around you that your body is like soaking it up like a sponge, because you are literally a mirror. And also like in relationships and friendships, like it's very easy for you to like reflect back what you're getting. So the energy that's coming off of the other person, like you might begin to mirror. So those are our reflectors. Another thing that I want to touch on for manifesting generators, you guys have a lot of passions. So you're not just going to be like sticking to one thing. Like, that's just not going to be your vibe. You're going to be like, oh, okay, I want to have my hands in like 5 different things all at one time. And you might be like scatterbrained or like feel like you've got everything going on all at once. Outsiders looking in might look at you and be like, what the fuck? Like, what is she or what is he doing? Or like, what do they even like? Like they are just doing everything or they're doing so many different things or they always want to change things up. That's totally okay. Like, we as a society are not taught that that's okay. And I want you to know that if you are a manifesting generator and you have a lot of different passions, you're multi passionate, that's okay. That is literally how you are designed and how you are designed to take on the world. So stop letting people get in your ear of, oh, you need to pick one thing and then stick to it, or like getting mad at you because you're constantly changing your idea of what you want to do for the rest of your life. First of all, if you've been here a while, you know that I believe in doing what makes you happy in the moment and just living life day by day. Um, but especially for you manifesting generators, like you are meant to be multi passionate, and there's absolutely zero wrong with that. Find something that lights you up that you're aligned with. And if you find other things along the way, don't be afraid to put your hands in different pots, right? In different cookie jars. Eat all the cookies, do all the things. Um, all right. So, with that being said, those are our 5 just general definitions of your human design. Download the app, get to know yourself better. The reason I wanted to do this on today's podcast episode is just because I feel like I said, like it's really allowed me to be okay with the fact that I don't have a huge battery. And I used to push through it and hustle and go all the time. And then if I didn't go all the time, or if I wanted a day to just literally sit and do absolutely nothing, I like felt bad about it. But now that I know my human design, I'm like, okay, like, no, this is like just, I just need to rest and recharge my freaking battery. Like I'm just pooped, period. Because the reality is like some days you have to work those long hours, and you don't have a choice. um, because you have you have not priorities. You have, oh my gosh, I'm totally brain farting. Responsibilities. There you go. You have responsibilities that you have a job, you have maybe a side business, maybe you have a multiple jobs like I have. Like sometimes you just don't have a choice and you have more than 3 hours of work to do. But that is when you know that it's time to make sure that you give yourself those resets in the middle of your workday. Take time for yourself. Maybe that's going on a walk. Maybe that's taking a nap. Maybe it's having a snack. Maybe it's watching a 30-minute show. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's meditating. Taking that time to step back and like rest and recharge, and then go back to what you need to get done. But don't feel guilty about not having the battery to just go like some people do. Leave that up to our generators, all right? All right, guys. With all that being said, I will announce that I know that I've been talking a lot about the Awakening Round 2 going live tomorrow. I've decided to not run that live. I don't feel like that's in alignment with me currently right now. So I'm going to hold off on pushing that out, the live version. However, I do have the round 1 that we did live pre-recorded. Those modules are in the portal. So I am having that go for sale. So you have it on demand. Once you purchase it, you get access to your own personal portal. The portal has the recordings, it has all the homework, all the journal prompts, it has the community. You can still go in there and ask questions. I will go in there and I will check it out and answer whatever questions that you have. But this is going to give you an opportunity to get the Awakening at a lot cheaper cost, because we aren't going to have, it's not obviously live, and we aren't going to have those live intuitive Q&As, and you also don't get that Instagram group chat with the crew. So this is an opportunity if it's something that you've had your eye on, but the cost has been the block for you. Definitely go check that out now. It's at a lower cost, and there's also payment plans, a payment plan available to you. So yeah, if that is something you're interested in, if you're ready It's a 4-module course, self-paced. I still recommend doing it like weekly, so one module a week, just so that you have time to soak up what you are learning. And it's also a lot of energy work, a lot of healing work. So I want you guys to take the time to, do the homework and do the journal prompts and take time to implement what I'm teaching you in this course weekly. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for being a supporter and a listener on this podcast. I appreciate you more than you know. Please share this episode or share this podcast with a friend. Make sure you're liking, subscribing if you're on YouTube. Rate my podcast 5 stars or just rate my podcast. I'd appreciate it so, so much. And yeah, that's all I got for you today. We will chat soon. Love ya.